Welcome to A Voice to Come Home to. This meditation is for moments when your thoughts feel fast, loud, or restless. When one thought triggers another, and another, and another, before you've had a chance to finish the first one. Racing thoughts don't always come from stress alone. Sometimes they come from anticipation, from trying to solve something, from wanting relief, from caring deeply. And sometimes they come for no clear reason at all. You don't need to fix your thoughts before we begin. You don't need to slow them down. You don't need to understand where they're coming from. For now, you can let them run while we give your attention somewhere steadier to rest. If you can, allow your body to settle into its current position. Sitting, lying down, or leaning back. There's no need to sit perfectly. No need to hold yourself a certain way. Just letting your body be supported by whatever is already holding you. Racing thoughts often create a sense of urgency, as if something needs to be figured out right now, as if staying alert is necessary. So instead of trying to interrupt that urgency, we're going to do something quieter. We're going to breathe without asking the breath to do anything special. Notice that you're already breathing in and out. No effort required. You don't need to breathe deeply. You don't need to slow it down. Just noticing that the breath continues even while the mind is busy. Racing thoughts tend to pull attention upward into the head, the forehead, behind the eyes. So if it feels natural, let your awareness follow the breath lower into the body. Perhaps noticing the chest rising and falling, or the belly gently moving. Not watching closely, just aware. Thoughts may keep interrupting, jumping in, talking over this moment. That's expected. This practice isn't about stopping thoughts. It's about not following them. Each time you notice you've been pulled into a thought, you can return to breath without commentary. No need to say, "There it is again." No need to judge. Just returning. Racing thoughts often feel circular, repeating the same idea in different forms. What if? I should have. What's next? If that's happening, you don't need to push against it. Let the thoughts move like background noise while your attention stays with the rhythm of breathing. You may notice that the breath feels uneven, quick in some moments, paused in others. That's okay. breath adjusts naturally when the nervous system begins to feel safer. You don't have to guide it there. If it helps, imagine the breath as something steady that the thoughts pass by, like cars moving past a lamppost or waves moving past a shoreline. The thoughts move, the breath remains. Racing thoughts often try to protect you. They scan, they rehearse, they prepare. So if your mind feels insistent, it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because your system believes it needs to stay alert. For these few minutes, you're offering it another option. As you continue breathing, you might notice brief gaps between thoughts, moments where nothing jumps in right away. You don't need to hold on to those gaps. You don't need to make them last. Noticing them is enough. If thoughts begin to pull you into planning or problem solving, you can quietly remind yourself, not right now. There will be time later. This moment doesn't need answers. Now bring a gentle awareness to your jaw. Racing thoughts often tighten the mouth without notice. You don't need to relax it fully, just allowing a little space. Then the forehead, the eyes, letting them soften slightly. Breathing continues, in, out, steady, unconcerned with the content of the mind. You may notice that the pace of thoughts begins to shift, or you may simply notice that you're less tangled in them. Both are signs that the system is settling, not because the thoughts disappeared, but because you stopped chasing them. If the mind suddenly speeds up again, that's not a setback. Racing thoughts don't slow in a straight line. They surge and ease. Each time you return to the breath, you reduce the momentum. You don't need to empty your mind. You don't need silence. You're allowing space between you and what the mind is doing. As this meditation continues, you don't need to listen closely to every word. You can let the voice become part of the background, steady, calm, unhurried. You're not required to respond. Racing thoughts often quiet, not because they're told to stop, but because they're no longer needed. Because attention has found something safer to rest on. If it feels supportive, you might gently remind yourself, I don't have to keep up with every thought. Letting that idea settle without repeating it. Notice the rhythm of breathing again. In, out, steady. still happening, still steady. As we begin to come toward the end of this time, there's no need to rush back into thinking. You can notice how your mind feels now compared to when you started. Not evaluating, just noticing. If you're continuing with your day, you can slowly bring awareness back to your surroundings. Opening your eyes if they're closed, letting your body move when it's ready. And if it feels possible, you're welcome to stay right here where you are. Racing thoughts may return later. That doesn't mean this didn't work. It means you have something to return to when they do. The breath will always be here. You are allowed to step out of the chase. For now, stay here as long as you like.